let's talk about things in the West. They are getting tight, like pants after a buffet.
We got one of, if not the toughest schedules down the stretch here. These games are must win.
Pressure every day. I need you out my way.
Oh, big finish! Kevin Durant attacks the hoop.
It don't matter how we feel about these teams, to be honest. How can we go out there and play our best brand of basketball?
You're watching NBA Countdown, presented by Lilly.
The Rockets, the Timberwolves, they are locked into a battle for playoff positioning. Teams 3 through 6 in the West, they're all just separated by 2.5 games. And look at Houston. They sit in 6th. That's a half game behind Minnesota. They can lock up the head-to-head tiebreaker against the Timberwolves with a win tonight. So both of these teams, they are looking to make a run in the playoffs, but they've both been inconsistent. They've been up and down a little bit this year. I want to focus in on the Timberwolves here, Coach. If they want to get to their 3rd consecutive Western Conference Finals, who is it that you're looking at?
It's got to be Julius Randle.
Okay.
I mean, 5-5 in their last 10 games, 3-1. Without Anthony Edwards, but you can see big difference between pre-All-Star break and post-All-Star break. The points, the field goal percentage, but really look at the paint points per game. 10, almost 11 down to 7.5, and his turnovers are all the way over 3 right now. So he has to be better. He's got to play with an attack mindset. And these examples, this first one is going to be a turnover. 4th quarter, time and score, 4 minutes to go. You've got to value the basketball, be aggressive, read the situation. He's trying to make a play, which is great. He's got to tighten that handle up. And this next clip is most important. He had 39 points in this game, but a loss without Anthony Edwards in their first meeting. He has to play downhill, attack the paint, put pressure on Sengun, their bigs, get out the way, and as Perk would say, snatch the screws out. He's got to have that kind of a mindset, because when he stays on the perimeter, Malika, he just doesn't have the same impact.
Right, so you're looking for him to really be the anchor of this team, especially in this run without Anthony Edwards here. But it could all come down to this game, Brian. Just how important is it tonight?
Essentially, 4, 5, and 6 is tied loss column,
right.
Okay? We know that Anthony Edwards is out tonight, but this is the home game for Minnesota. Getting this win could be the difference between them getting a chance to have home court or not in the first round of the playoffs. Here's the thing. We know that Minnesota actually has the toughest schedule of these 3 teams coming in.
Right.
The Rockets have the easiest schedule of these 3 teams coming in. So the opportunity tonight for the Wolves to score a big victory in this fight for positioning is right there on their platter. And look, they just came off an excellent win over
Maybe
the
their
Celtics.
best of the season.
When they knew they weren't going to have Edwards, they rose up and played well in that game. Can they continue that momentum?
They had not beaten them in 18 years.
Is that right?
18 years.
I missed that stat.
Yes, I think, Perk, you might have been there when they were, that's your neck of the woods.
I don't remember that part, Coach, but look, I do know this. I remember this about the Minnesota Timberwolves last year and the year before last. They had an identity. Their identity was they were a bunch of dogs defensively. Even last year, once Julius Randle bought in and all of a sudden they got the clicking, yes, we knew that he had some moments offensively, especially against the Lakers, but we remember them from picking up 94 feet. We remember Jaden McDaniels being one of the best perimeter defenders in the game. We know that Rudy could impact the game. What you say, the coaches love him, Perk. We may have our stuff against Rudy, but the coaching staff, what he brings to the table, to me, is all about having the attention of the locker room. And, Coach, I got to ask you this. When you see a guy like Julius Randle struggling, outside looking in, I'm saying 50% blame is on Julius, but I'm asking you, how much is that on Coach Finch?
Well, I know from my own experience, Perk, if a player was struggling, I always would take the responsibility. It's my job as a head coach to put you in position to have success.
Yeah.
And so I think Julius has to own up to the fact that he has to be better.
Right.
But I think a head coach always has to take responsibility when your team doesn't play well. You see coaches all the time assigning blame. I went the other way a lot of times. Put it on me. I got some broad-ass shoulders. Put it on me. And then one thing I will say, getting back to Minnesota, Ayo Dosunmu has been fantastic. You know, they go 3-1 without Anthony Edwards. They have the #1 defense in that stretch, talking about getting back to who they are. But Ayo has been terrific for them. What a great pickup by Tim Connelly at the trade deadline. And he's starting now with Anthony Edwards out. And you have to give him a lot of credit.
But maybe
he
not
is
tonight.
questionable tonight with the calf soreness. And look, with no Ant, if Ayo can't go, you're talking about Bones Hyland really needing to step up. So we'll see. It's a big game. I wouldn't be surprised if Io tries to make it happen.
Bones Hyland, a player that you know well, that you coached over the years, who has also had to step up in huge ways for this Minnesota Timberwolves team. While we're assigning Blaine, though, we did check 2005 when the Timberwolves beat Boston in Boston. You were not playing, so it's not your fault.
It wasn't on you.
It's not your fault, big fella.
Well, I got a DMP.
It's time now for
I wasn't
head-to-head.
trying to play.
It's brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Perk, I'm going back to you, my friend. Who scores more tonight, Alperen Sengun or Julius Randle?
Oh, I'm going to roll with Julius Randle on this. So I believe he has to. And let's be real. I don't think they have anybody on the roster that could actually match him, his versatility.
Let's go in the weeds with the battle of the Reids here. Who's going to score more, Reid, Sheppard, or Naz Reid, Coach?
You know, I'm going with Reid Sheppard. He's been really good. They put him in the starting lineup, 16 points per game in the last 5. He's given them a different dimension, spreading the floor. I think he's going to have a big night tonight.
Speaking of spreading the floor, who's raining in more threes? KD, Dante DiVincenzo, Brian?
Wow, I don't know. DiVincenzo might have to take over some ball handling tonight, so maybe the ball be in his hand a little bit more. So I'm going to go with Dante. I hate to go against KD, but I think the circumstances say Dante DiVincenzo.
Bet against KD at your own risk. DraftKings has the most ways to bet on your favorite NBA stars, and all customers receive a profit boost for any player head-to-head market. Download the code and use the promo code SPLASH when you download the app when you sign up. Friends, it's not just a big day in the NBA. Oh no, swing. Did you guys know it's also MLB opening day? The Yankees in the Bay Area to take on the Giants. So we thought we'd run through some of the great NBA players who have done an MLB first pitch here. Starting with Michael Jordan. This is a Cubs game in 1998.
Oh, he'll never be a baseball player.
And then, we got some LeBron James in Cleveland.
Well, I knew that was going to be bad anyway. Look how baggy those jeans are.
John Wall.
John Walls is awful.
Yeah, just a little bit outside.
Oh,
Ooh.
and low.
Dirk, what you got, Dirk?
Oh, high leg kick.
I like it.
They don't play baseball in Germany.
Bend that back.
Steph, this is in Japan, in Tokyo.
Oh,
Yeah,
of
come on.
course.
That's
Yeah, they said that thing dropped.
And I know
young
he's going
Ant.
to show up.
Look at young
Ant-Man
Ant.
going to show up.
Ant was supposedly going to be
All
an
right.
MLB player,
He's
not
gonna
with
be
that
every
form.
player. Every player,
they
anything.
don't play baseball.
Wemby
in
the
Germany.
levers.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, his arm's too long.
And then check it out. Our very own Brian Windhorst.
No.
Oh,
Where did you get this? Where did you get this thing?
At the Akron Rubber Ducks. Shout out our Tim Bontemps
Okay,
and
son.
Shams Charania. And of course, Stephen A. Smith.
Fine.
Yeah. Sorry,
He
bro.
threw a ground ball up the middle.
Oh my goodness, a big perk.
Oh.
He didn't have a first pitch, but he did swing.
That's all I need.
The big Bambino.
Oh my goodness. Perk, we're going to have to get you at a little bit of a first pitch here. But first, we're counting you down to Detroit and the Atlanta
There you
Hawks.
go.
Danis Jenkins
Don't
has
smack
been enormous for them, having that 30-point outing in their win to snap the Los Angeles Lakers winning streak.
This is the official spot.
But before we get to that, check this out. Earlier in the show, the topic of first pitches, our studio crew decided to measure out the MLB mound, 60 feet and exactly 6 inches. So Perk, since we never saw you pitch,
Well, look, down
let's see it.
down there in Beaumont, Texas, my nickname was Kendrick Perkins Sabathia. You know what I mean? I used to really
There
do
is
my
no
thing.
chance.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, listen.
There's no chance.
You
it's
got
gonna
one
be
shot.
Get it up. Hey, that was pretty impressive.
Perk, you hit me.
Do you have an umpire mat?
Oh, look at the
Just
catch.
close the tower.
Wow.
Here we go.
All right,
Hold
no,
on,
no,
Wendy.
no,
Watch
no.
out, Wendy.
I am terrified.
Y'all didn't know I
No one
could pick my knee up right here. Coach, what you want, a curve, a knuckle? Oh!
Oh, my God.
More NBA countdown coming up after
That's a
this. Perk, we
professional
gotta
athlete.
ice your shoulder.
We don't play scared because at the end of the day, we know we play defense. Like, we're going to guard you and we're going to make it tough for you when we're on the defensive end, man. And so when we get in these tight moments, it's never a panic. Like, we always got some ready to attack whatever it is that we got to do.
There's a certain swagger that comes with that.
Yeah.
This is saying they're scared of nobody here, Perk, and that's because of their defense.
Well, absolutely. And they're giving me OKC vibes defensively, right? And the active hands, being up there, playing with physicality. And Paul Reid has been an unsung hero. unsung hero at times for them, but the deflections, coach.
And here it is. They lead the league in steals. They lead the league in blocks. Do not play in a crowd against this team, Berg. That ignites their break. The MVP candidate is out, but they are all getting out and running. They are hungry. They're ready to come. And, hey, Cade's out. We got you. They have an identity, Wendy. Look at right here. You can see points off turnovers. 24 points a night, over 10 steals per game, and they're forcing 18 turnovers per game. Elite defense right there.
I love that soundbite from Dennis Jenkins. That was
too.
a player who's speaking like a veteran. Look what has happened since Cade gone down. Their defense has gotten much better. JB Bickerstaff sold them on it. They've followed through. They've won these games without him because of how they defended. They're going to do it again tonight.
There is a reason why this group is 8-2 without Cade Cunningham. They show up, and they show up in a crowd. We'll see if they do so against Atlanta. Tip-off right after this. I like that.